Are you prepared to survive? Out there in the wild, anything can happen. It's all about being ready for the unexpected. A flash flood, a wildfire, a blizzard, an earthquake, you name it. Disaster can strike at any time. That's why I always stress the importance of being prepared. And one of the most crucial things you can do is assemble a bug-out bag. Now this isn't just any old bag. This is a lifeline. Your survival kit packed with everything you need to make it through those critical first 72 hours when things go south. We all know water is essential for survival. You can go without food for a while, but water is a different story. In a survival situation, finding a clean, reliable water source is paramount. But nature can be unpredictable, and you can't always count on stumbling upon a pristine mountain stream. That's where a good water purifier comes in. There are a bunch of different types out there, from pumps and filters to UV purifiers and even good old-fashioned boiling. Now I've used all sorts in my time, and each has its own pros and cons. A lightweight pump or filter is great for on the go, while a UV purifier offers that extra level of protection against nasty microbes. Boiling is tried and true, but remember, you'll need a fire and a container to boil the water in. Whatever you choose, make sure you know how to use it properly. Trust me, when you're parched and desperate, the last thing you want is to be fumbling around with a purifier you don't understand. Next up is a tool that's as versatile as it is vital, the multi-tool. Think of it as your Swiss Army knife on steroids. A good multi-tool is like having a toolbox in your pocket. Pliers, screwdrivers, knives, saws, you name it, this little beast probably has it. And in a survival situation, this can be the difference between making it and breaking it. Need to cut some rope to build a shelter? Multi-tool. Need to fix a broken strap on your pack? Multi-tool. Need to pry open a can of food? You guessed it, multi-tool. The possibilities are endless. Now when choosing a multi-tool, look for something durable, reliable, and with a good range of tools. Don't skimp on quality here. This is an investment in your safety, and as always, make sure you know how to use each tool properly. There's no point in having a saw if you don't know how to saw straight. Let's talk about survival food. Now I know what you're thinking, foraging for berries and grubs, right? Well, that's all well and good if you know what you're doing. But for most folks, packing some reliable, calorie-dense survival food is the way to go. There are a ton of options out there: energy bars, freeze-dried meals, MREs, meal ready to eat. Each has its pros and cons. Energy bars are lightweight and easy to pack, but they won't fill you up for long. Freeze-dried meals are great for a hot, filling meal, but they require water and cooking. MREs are the ultimate convenience food. Just rip open the pouch and dig in. But they can be bulky and heavy. The key is to choose food that fits your needs and preferences. Think about your dietary restrictions, how much space you have in your bag, and how long you might need the food to last. And don't forget to pack some comfort foods too. A little chocolate or a packet of instant coffee can go a long way in boosting morale when things get tough. In the wild, accidents happen. Cuts, scrapes, burns, sprains, you name it. That's why a well-stocked first aid kit is absolutely non-negotiable. Now, your kit should include the basics: bandages, antiseptic wipes, pain relievers, gauze, antibiotic cream. But don't stop there. Think about potential scenarios. What if you get a snake bite? What if you need to stitch a wound? Packing a snake bite kit and a suture kit can be lifesavers in these situations. And remember, a first aid kit is only as good as your knowledge of how to use it. Take the time to learn basic first aid and CPR. You never know when it might come in handy. Your kit should also include any personal medications you need. And remember, this isn't a one-time deal. Check your kit regularly and replace any expired items. You don't want to find yourself in a crisis with expired bandages and expired hope. Fire. It's the ultimate survival tool. Warmth, light, cooking, signaling. Fire does it all. But starting a fire in the wild is no walk in the park. Forget those fancy lighters you see in movies. In a real survival situation, you need something reliable. Something that works even when wet. That's where a good fire starter comes in. There are a bunch of different types out there: waterproof matches, ferro rods, fire pistons. Each has its own pros and cons. Waterproof matches are simple and easy to use, but they can be fragile. Ferro rods are incredibly reliable and can produce thousands of sparks, but they take a bit more practice to master. Fire pistons are compact and efficient, but they can be expensive. Choose a fire starter that you're comfortable with and practice using it before you need it. Remember, your life might depend on your ability to start a fire. When darkness falls in the wilderness, it can be a truly daunting experience. That's why a reliable tactical flashlight is an absolute must-have in your bug-out bag. Now, I'm not talking about those flimsy little pen lights. We need something robust, something that can withstand the rigors of the wild. Look for a flashlight with a high lumen output. The brighter, the better. You want to be able to illuminate your surroundings and signal for help if needed. Water resistance is also crucial. You don't want your flashlight shorting out in the rain. And don't forget about battery life. Consider packing extra batteries or, even better, a flashlight with a rechargeable battery. Some flashlights even come with solar charging capabilities, a real bonus in a prolonged survival situation. Remember, a good tactical flashlight isn't just about seeing in the dark, it's about staying safe and maintaining your bearings in an unfamiliar environment. Imagine this, you're caught out in the open, a storm rolls in, and the temperature plummets. What do? You need shelter, and you need it fast. That's why a portable shelter is a crucial part of your bug-out bag. Now, we're not talking about pitching a full-blown tent here. We need something lightweight, compact, and easy to set up. A good tarp or a bivy sack can provide basic protection from the elements. They're lightweight, packed down small, and can be set up in minutes. If you're looking for something a bit more substantial, consider a lightweight backpacking tent. Just remember, weight is key here. You don't want to be lugging around a heavy tent when you're trying to survive. Choose a shelter that balances protection, weight, and ease of use. And practice setting it up before you need it. When the storm hits, you'll be glad you did. In a survival situation, getting lost can be a fatal mistake. That's why a good map and compass are essential tools for navigation. Forget your fancy GPS devices. In a real pinch, you need something reliable, something that doesn't rely on batteries or satellites. A detailed topographic map of your area will show you the lay of the land, rivers, hills, valleys, trails. Knowing how to read a map is a skill that can save your life. A compass is your guide, your wayfinder. It will always point north, no matter where you are. Learn how to use a compass and how to take bearings. It's not as complicated as it sounds. Practice using your map and compass together. Learn how to orient yourself, how to plot a course, how to find your way back to safety. In the wilderness, these skills are invaluable. In a survival situation, your electronic devices can be a lifeline, a way to communicate, navigate, and gather information. But what happens when your batteries die? You need a way to recharge them, and that's where a solar charger comes in. A solar charger harnesses the power of the sun to generate electricity and recharge your devices. There are a bunch of different types out there, from small pocket-sized chargers to larger foldable panels. Choose a charger that fits your needs and the devices you need to power. Look for a charger with a decent power output and a durable design. Some chargers even come with built-in batteries so you can store power for later use. Remember, a solar charger is a renewable source of energy. As long as the sun is shining, you'll have power. In a long-term survival situation, this can be a game changer. Now, this one might seem a bit out of place amidst all the survival gear, but trust me, it's just as important. We're talking about personal documents, your ID, passport, medical cards, insurance information. In a disaster scenario, these documents can be crucial for identification, accessing services, and proving who you are. Imagine getting rescued and not being able to prove your identity. It could lead to all sorts of complications. Keep your documents in a waterproof bag or pouch within your bug-out bag. This will protect them from the elements and ensure they're readily accessible. It's also a good idea to have digital copies of your important documents stored on a USB drive or in cloud storage. This way, even if the physical copies are damaged or lost, you'll still have a backup. We've covered the 10 essential items for your bug-out bag, your lifeline in a survival situation. From water purifiers to fire starters, from first aid kits to personal documents, each item plays a crucial role in ensuring your safety and well-being. Remember, a bug-out bag isn't about panicking, it's about being prepared. It's about taking control of your destiny and having the tools you need to survive. So, take some time to assemble your own bug-out bag. Tailor it to your needs, your environment, and your potential risks. Practice using the gear, learn the skills, and be ready for anything. Because out there, in the wild, being prepared is the ultimate survival skill. Stay prepared, stay safe.